Ruined your whole countdown, didn't it? You're sitting there going, fuck. Yeah. All right, dog. Hi, Rock. What's up? You want to come say hi to everybody? As you can see, I've replaced him with a stuffed animal. Rocky, you good? It doesn't look like it's one time. God damn it, you zoomer. You're a zoomer. Let's see. Flip, hold, hide live video, retouch, create highlight, green screen, lightning, close. I've never actually done this before. Hey, Desert, what's going on, sir? How you doing, buddy? You doing good, Rocky? Huh? Come here, buddy. Come here. Yep. So, sorry about last night, man. YouTube had like a massive shortage or power outage or some shiz. Rocky was pissy about it. He's like, God damn it, you ruined my entire night, guys. You're going live in an hour? Nice. Charlie, what's going on? Charlie's a member. You guys should become members. We'll talk about that in a second. So, yeah, last night was crazy. Look, I can grab his teeth. All right, give me your teeth. Give me. I'm gonna. So Rocky's the goodest boy. Pet your dog until he looks psycho. All right. Does he get a treat or not? I'm just fucking with you. The minute I say it, he gets one. Yes. Go boy. You did that. I didn't do that one. Worldwide global power outage or something. It was like 200,000 people were unable to go live or watch YouTube. Yep, makes sense. It worked on mobile, which was the funny thing. He gets all the treats. He deserves all the treats. Also, those are actually good treats for him because they are full of glucosamine and condotrin, which is good for animals. He's an animal, yeah. Sitting doing animal things that only animals do. Animal, yeah. This is what I'm asking you to sign up for, by the way, guys. Come on in, come on over, come on in. All right, here we go. My mumble didn't work, but my laptop worked strange. Yeah, so my whatchafucket didn't work at all. But my Hujima thingy did. Rocky just hates sitting there while I'm live streaming. He's like, dude, this guy won't stop. He bugs me all day. Barely feeds me. I had only 2 cans of stew today. Unfurlable. What's with the bloom? There we go. That's better. What's the white thing? I'm Asian. Dark web. Am I 2A Pro? I am, let's not be flipping morons pro. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm probably good with the 2A community. Yes, so we need to grow the channel so that I don't have to keep begging sponsors. I want to be able to just go out and buy stuff for the channel. In return, I have to step up my game. So here's what's going to happen. For every 100 members, we'll do a giveaway. As those numbers go up, so let's say right now we're at like 41 members because a lot of people jump off when I do giveaways. But that's fine. For every 100 members we get, number 1, you'll get more videos. I will commit to that if you guys commit to that. But number 2 is the giveaway gets better for every 100 members we have. Because you got to remember, YouTube takes 40% of that money too, or 30% of that money. So if I get 100 subs, that's at $2, or 100 members at $2, that's $200, except for YouTube will then take $60 of that because they're assholes. So that's 140. So if I do a $100 giveaway, I make $40 for a month's worth of work. So it sucks, but I am definitely down for doing it. So if we do a giveaway, then we get to 200, it doubles what I do for the giveaway. And as we go to 300 and 400, the more members we get for the channel, the better the return is for your entry. So your $2 entry could be worth $500 at some point. So keep that in mind. It's not a Ponzi scheme. I'm not promising anything in terms of like you're going to win for sure. but I'm going to make sure that as you guys support the channel, you get better rewards. People don't realize it. Well, here's the thing, man, and I don't bag on YouTube for taking a cut at all. YouTube hosts over 2,600 of my videos without charging me a penny. They provide the servers and the equipment for me to go live every night. They allow me to get things onto the internet without charging me. So for them to only take 30% is actually pretty solid. So I'm not freaking mad at YouTube for taking their portion. I am sometimes not wanting to let YouTube take part of things, like for the hoodies and stuff, right? Those cost me money out of pocket. So if I let YouTube take 30% of the money when I have a 20% markup, that is going to just fuck me up. So if you want a hoodie, you have to do it through Cash App or through Zelle or through a credit card over the phone, because I can't absorb a 30% loss on an item. So when I'm paying for everything, it can't happen. You know what I mean? But also, as a member at the $2 level, I will increase my video output again. So I tried to stop doing as much YouTube to work on my FFL. Still going to hold the FFL, but I'm only doing special orders, appointments, things like that. And I will grow the inventory over the rest of the fall into the winter, and then I'll probably reopen the store as a seasonal kind of a thing. Once I have 40, 50, 60 used guns in stock, I'll put the store back up. So at least they push your videos. Not always, man. Not always. So every week for the last like 5 weeks, they have removed one of my videos. I've started downloading all of my firearms videos that I don't already have, because I don't. I usually just upload them and just wipe the drives. I have those drives somewhere. I don't know where they are. I use them in other builds. So when I do that, then they remove a video. They claim I'm trying to sell a firearm or some stupid shit, and then they have a way to remove my video without me having recourse. The number you can call to have them help you edit videos or like help you make videos. No, they don't do that, Sam. That's something you have to pay an editor and a camera person for. Which again, if I get enough members, subscribers, and sponsors, I will then pay somebody to come to the range with me, film me, and edit those videos. Sage, literally completely opposite, dude. You didn't listen to a single word I said, so you have a good one. Yeah. Hey, Vanderline Outlaw, what's up? Hello, how is the day? The day's better than it was yesterday. Wednesday was my original one of my 3 days. I used to stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now I'm doing it every day, which is why I want you guys to come along. And originally, Wednesday was my day to stream. And the whole YouTube went down yesterday, so it sucked. But now we're back. But yeah, so every day I'm going to be streaming. I do a couple hours. I used to go, at one point I was doing 6 hours 3 times a week. Too much. And then I started doing 3 hours 3 times a week. That's fine. But now I'm going to do a couple hours every day. It also helps avoid stagnation. So there are some people that are chronically online with their live streaming because they're hoping to make, I don't know, millions of dollars, I guess. But I'm doing this because I want to grow the channel organically. So I want members to join. I want people to join that have never been here before. I want subscribers. I want you to just hit the like button. Hitting the like button is absolutely free. Even hitting the dislike button counts as interaction, although it's kind of a dick move. But hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, it doesn't cost you a penny. It helps the channel grow. And again, if I can grow the channel organically, I don't have to be an e-beggar. And I don't want to be an e-beggar. I'll never be an e-beggar. I will stop before I become an e-beggar. Got to be careful with how I say words. Like, I want to finish the build on this and make a video on it, but I'm broke. No, this is just my office, Alvin. I do own an FFL, but these are my private guns. Do I have a dog? Yes, I have a German Shepherd American Staffordshire. The one from the thumbnail is my dog, Rocky. That picture I took today. I don't know why I took that picture, but I took that picture. I ate corn dogs while drinking out of this bottle earlier, and now the rim tastes like corn dogs because I'm a psycho and I put my mouth over the whole rim. Yeah, come on in. Ask me questions. Ask me things. If you're into guns, you're into cars, tech, video games, manga, not MAGA, manga. We can talk about whatever you guys want to. So get in here and have some fun. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because Rocky is our child, and we take pictures. Yes, Rocky is my boy. He was doing something that made me take that picture. Let me look at the picture. Also, he has helped me lose almost 30 pounds, so he is my buddy just for that friggin' fact. He is my bud. He is my buddy, bud. Oh yeah, I took that picture while he was peeing or pooping or something. I can't remember why I took it, but I think he was making a weird face while he was pooping. And that's part of the fun. When a dog makes a silly face, you take a picture. Best 1911 for about $500-ish. I would say if you can get like a Rock Island TAC 2 or a TAC Ultra, you'll get the fiber optic sight, front and rear slide serrations, adjustable trigger and things for around 500-ish. Otherwise, T-Sauce and Gerson both make solid entries at the $500 range. Probably would put Gerson, so I'd go Rock Island, Gerson, T-Sauce, but it's a three-way tie basically. It's just going to depend on which aesthetics you like more. So Gerson and T-Sauce, they do the super cheap tankers, which are just the A1 style GI replicas, and then they do like mid-level guns, which kind of look like Springfield Garrison, Springfield range officer guns, and then they do race style guns. So like that Night Stalker is a race style gun, and then the Gerson Match X is a race style gun. Are those toys? No, guns are not toys. I do own airsoft replicas, but even the airsoft guns shouldn't be considered toys. When you consider an airsoft or a real gun a toy or an airsoft a toy, then you got some problems. Hey, Nike's on YouTube shopping now. What type of gun is that above your shotgun? That is an empty stock for that 1022. So that is the Heat Seeker chassis from Sharps Brothers. I finally attached the grip. I need to modify this grip because the back of the grip doesn't fit on that particular chassis. So this needs to be modified. I like this. It's a more 1911-esque angle, and I'm going to have it stippled. So once I do that, then that'll be on there. No problem, Linono. What was I also saying? Oh yeah, Tit Fund. If you want a titty live stream, we got to raise another $930. Cash app that. You got to cash app it. Thank you, Sam. If you cash app it, then I get the money and it goes towards my titty stream. What is he talking about? A titty stream? Well, if you pay me, I will wear a titty chest rig that I own that Zaxxon sent to me. Yeah. Needless to say, it's weird. But yes, what is today? Thursday, so tomorrow's Friday. It's amazing how time works. Been focusing a little bit more on the eBay side of life, so I've been sending out a lot of packages, selling things, computers, tech, shit like that. Let's see, was that just a spam call? Spam call. Spam call. Spam call. Spam call. Yay. Any chance you getting a code for the Heat Seeker? It's like $24 on the site, but I'll reach out to him. I have to publish the video first, and then I'll ask him. I don't really do it with the intent on making any money, so he doesn't like generate codes for me. I never had him make one for the RXM or the Echelon. I'll see if he wants to do one. Can't pick up guns on live streams, bud. If I pick up a gun on the live stream ends. If I decide to start Twitch streaming, you guys will be able to see them then. I'm thinking about doing, like, after I do the YouTube videos, I might start doing VR YouTube streaming, or not YouTube, but I might start doing, I could do it on YouTube, but I might start doing Twitch streaming in VR, like Ghost of Tabor, Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, things like that, because I like playing shooters in VR as well, and that could be a series, you know, GunTuber plays. You have GunTuber Reacts or firearms experts react and things like that. So Jonathan Ferguson with the Royal Armories. If you've never watched EXP, watch that channel. That is cool. They break down guns in video games, movies, things like that. And the armory in Great Britain is actually a lot bigger than I thought. I didn't think they had nearly as many firearms as they do. And it's funny because I got some firearms they don't, which is cool. Nicest chassis. Bitch is one of the nicest out there, but it's almost like they know it. What are you talking about? Sharps Brothers? Yeah, Sharps Brothers knows what they make. Don't have a FAMAS. FAMAS are expensive and not fun. They're bullpups, man. Bullpups are shit unless you get full auto. Here in the United States, getting a full auto anything is extremely difficult because you have to buy a pre-1986 full transferable firearm. And then once you do that, you're paying so much gosh darn money that it's not worth getting them. Is that an Osprey Silencer Co. suppressor? Yes, that's this Osprey Silencer Co. Osprey 9 2.0. So it's the one with the two screws that run through the bottom of it so that it is much easier to service that suppressor. Yeah, that is the 9mm. I originally set up Middletown Firearms. It's a friend of my shop. I set up his Class 3 stuff. I got it all put together and running for him. And it turns out that he wanted to. I was actually the first suppressor done through Middletown Firearms. So I got the 9 and I had ordered a 45, but another customer wanted the 45. I see you guys. Did I get shadow banned? I see you have a lot of subscribers but low views. It seems to be a trend. No, here's the thing. If you could see my analytics, the analytics will show you that shorts are what grew this channel. Before Shorts created the regular fund where they pay everybody like they always do, they used to have a Shorts fund. So big channels didn't participate. Big channels didn't care. It wasn't worth their time to join in for a $250,000 fund for 8 million channels. So they didn't give a shit. Now, since you can get regular ad revenue, let's say you watch 20 shorts and there's 5 ads in that, the 20 shorts that played split the 5 ad revenue, then it's worth more money to them. So I have a lot of shorts from back in the day that are 2-3 million views, and there's one that has 6 million views or something like that that got me almost 40,000 subscribers. So this channel grew on the shorts. I had, up before I started doing some shorts that took off, I had 8,000 subscribers. So my view count is based on a subscriber count that should be about 15,000. So I'm getting about a 15% view rate on actual subscribers. Would it be worth it to get a 22 as a range toy? Absolutely. I don't understand your question. If you see a Leo, what duty come would you carry and why? I don't get what you're asking, bud. Can you rephrase that? How Susu channels? I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time, and she doesn't come in here anymore naturally. So here's what I've seen. A lot of guys that came in here when I first started doing live streams have all branched off and started doing their own lives, and that's awesome. There's plenty of space in YouTube for everybody to have an audience, but they've naturally just dropped off. Either they don't like what I'm doing, they want to do it a different way, or they used me to get to viewer count so that they can get the lives. And that's 100% fine. I don't care. But then they disappear. So I have some hardcore OG people, and they're the ones I ride or die with. Stromboni, what's up, man? Any Berettas? I got a few. If I were a law enforcement officer, what duty pistol would you carry? Most departments will allow you to carry a 2011 or a 1911. You do have to pay for it yourself and you have to apply for it. I'm going to start a live and name it Joe's Secondhand. Lol. It was working fine yesterday. No, it actually wasn't, Bruce. Over 200-some thousand, 300,000 people lost their lives. I'm in the DC region, and if you look at the map they had up for yesterday, we had a big ass fucking red spot right where I am. I'm going to start a live and name it Joe Sloppy Seconds. Do it, man. I don't care. Like I said, I encourage everybody. I don't want everybody that's always here to just be here for me. I want you guys to explore. I want you to explore your sexuality and your YouTubeality. If you want to check out, Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner started by being a super loyal subscriber here, and then he got enough subs and stuff, and he started messing with guns and doing the long range stuff on video, and now his channel is, what do you got, like 1 billion people now? You're here for Rocky. Rocky doesn't like you anymore. Look at that, 110 subs. He can go live. He does stuff. He's a good shooter. Go over and check out Bruce Banner. I have a boogie in my nose that is driving me nuts. I'm now going to pick my nose live on camera. Just kidding, no I'm not. You ever blow your nose and just stare at the mucus? 9 billion subs. I'd love to have that. When you have a dog, guns, and a Mopar, life is good. You know what the worst part about that sentence is? Every single part of that costs too much money. Would you carry your 2011, 1911 cocked and locked, or just cocked? So 1911s are designed to be carried cocked and locked. I don't know anybody that carries a 1911 without the safety on if the hammer's back. That's a safety issue. You're welcome, Bruce. Thoughts on California 10 round 45 ACP versus 9mm. Here's what I can tell you about magazine bans. Number one, they don't work, because you can literally order mags from anywhere and have them shipped in. Yes, you can't order from major websites, but there's always ways around magazine bans. Number two is the fact that all you're doing by having reduced magazine capacity in firearms is making people better shots. You're forcing people to be better shots. So I would rather have a spray and pray versus somebody that only had 10 rounds. My dog just farted. He's been getting over catfish, I think. He was new to the catfish game. He had a lot of catfish the last couple of days. My buddy, Cat Derps, she gave him some catfish, and he really liked it, but he's had fish farts for 2 days, and I keep worrying that he died. Hey, are you dead? No, he's twitching. Please check my channel and vid and shorts, like and subscribe. Bro, you need a soul patch. I don't have a soul. Personal preference, not living in California. I know it's a communist country and it's difficult to leave it, but I start new food with a little bit at a time. Oh no, I just gave him like a pound of catfish and said, here, good luck. No, I was giving it to him as a treat before meals. What is your favorite handgun, I'm assuming is what that means. 1911s are my favorite platform. The 1911, it's mechanically simple, but it works really well. So you have the trigger bar. So the trigger is on a straight linear pull. So you got the bar and the bow. You got the trigger and the bow that goes around the magazine well. It pushes straight back, engages with the rear main spring, which then interacts with the sear disconnector mechanism, because that's all kind of together. One sits on top of the other. The sear sits on top of the disconnector. So you have one straight pull that affects 3 other parts that literally just either drop straight down or pop straight up. Unlike a trigger bar system where you pull and then, so the trigger pulls backwards, but the bar pulls forward, which then activates the trigger pack in the back of the gun, which then releases the hammer. I prefer something super simple. What's your favorite era of guns? I like full metal guns. Era isn't really appropriate. If you make a tactical Luger, I'll like a tactical Luger. But I am more of an aesthetically driven guy. That's why I put the 1022 in the heat seeker chassis versus leaving it in its original wood stock. The wood stock is a nice looking stock, don't get me wrong. But when I pick up that versus I pick up that, that's got a pistol grip, an adjustable stock. It looks cool. I can put a front grip on it. It's just a little bit more interesting to me. Let's see. What's a good gun to buy but cheap? Money is tight. Thank you for your knowledge. If you have a tight budget, you can look at guns like the PSA Dagger. They're usually well under 300, sometimes under 250. A used selection at your local pawn shop could generate some good stuff. You may be able to find a Glock for a few $100. Usually you can find Glocks for a few $100 at like lower end pawn shops. They don't really care about making 450 on a gun. The Ruger Security 9, if you can still find those. The Smith & Wesson SD9 V2, which is basically a Glock clone. They're under $300 and they have a good trigger in it. That's a nice Gerson Match X. Thanks! My mom gave it to me. Everything you said confused the hell out of me. You'll be alright. Just look up a graphic. Go on YouTube when you're done with me and look up 1911 firing. Do you have a pistola in 22? Yes, the revolver is a 22. If I got $1 every time somebody misused the term communism, I'd be richer than Elon Musk, California, and communism. It was more of a joke because people call California Commifornia because of the restrictions and things that they have. I understand that communism is not the same as what we're talking about. It's just funny to call it a different country, and what country does the United States not like the most? Well, after we gave the giant L to Britain, it doesn't matter with them, but, you know, Russia. I do. I have two 300 blackouts. One's a shorty, it's a truck gun, and the other one is a long barrel. You have a judge. In my pocket. Pay him well. A few grand a month. Looks the other way whenever I have stuff coming into the country. Good guy. No, if you guys don't donate money, I'm not acknowledging birthday anymore. No, the store is by appointment only, and it's special orders only. And it's Wind City Armory. Just Google it. My phone number is active. You can call me. Texting is usually the best way just because, honestly, there's so many robocallers nowadays, I hardly ever answer the phone. They had a Taurus G3 Toro for $179 after rebate at a farm store in Ohio. That's a hell of a deal for the Toro. Those of you that don't know, Toro is the optics ready variant. Taurus optics ready option. How is Cowboy Town tonight? What does that mean? I'll be filming tonight. I already filmed the video on the Heat Seeker. That I got to put up. That's going up tomorrow. That is going to be the first sponsored video from Liberty Arms, so keep an eye out for that. Do me a favor, watch that one if you're interested in some of the stuff they've got. They've got a lot of consignment stuff. They got some nice Wilson Combat handguns and a few other things. If you're interested in something, well, that was you, dumbass. Yeah. Hey, Sammy, thank you for the $2 donation. Thoughts on the Canik MC9 Prime and Kimber K6XS in 38? I've only shot the K6 in 357. I liked it, and so in 38, I'm sure it's just as nice. The Canik MC9 Prime is an awesome little gun. I shot one recently. The recoil is definitely different from the LS. It's probably not enough to justify switching. But if you're running a regular MC9 and you're thinking about the LS, I would drop the extra $40 and get the Prime with the ported barrel. 30-30 rifle. I got one. Liberty Arms is legit. Yeah, like I said, they're good people, and they came on as a sponsor, and I'm trying to show them some love. The website will be in there. It's just libertyarms.us. You can order stuff. They have Gearfire set up, so you can order shit right to your house. Not guns, though. Good to see everyone. Double tap the screen. Militant, thank you. Any tactical gear recommendations? Unfortunately, hey, what's up, Joe? I don't have tactical gear recommendations because I don't train that way. I've not been into guns at that level the way a lot of other guys have. Number one, I didn't serve. I wasn't in the military, not in law enforcement, so I've never had to run tactical gear. And I don't train as a prepper. I don't train wearing armor. I train as a civilian in a self-defense shooting situation and quick moving situation. So my focus, excuse me, with the training that I entertain is what I have to do if I need to get out of town quickly. If the bomb drops, I'm an hour outside of DC, which means I do have a mountain between me and DC, but if a nuke drops in DC, you have about 15 minutes. I'm far enough away that no blast is going to reach here, but the radiation will get here in about 15 to 20 minutes. So you have 15 to 20 minutes to get prepped. So if you're going to take 4 or 5 minutes to find your armor and put it on, get yourself ready, and then try to extract, that's not going to work. Thoughts on SIG 1911? I've got a couple. They're fine. The finish on some of their guns is a little questionable, especially considering the price a lot of them sell for. I've got the 1911X, and it's a $1,500 gun, and the finish came off after 60 rounds. Good to see everyone. Double tap the screen, hit the like button, check out some videos, and leave a comment. Pretty much. Safe recommendations. Pretty much anyone that is currently available through Harbor Freight, Tractor Supply. Most of those are pretty solid places. Canon safes are really solid. Liberty safes are solid. Yes, there was the whole stigmata with them giving out master codes, but that was because they heard the words ATF and panicked. I like Winchester safes from Tractor Supply. They're really a solid deal. You can usually get like a 36, 39 gun fire rated 1400 degree 45-minute safe for like $700. The only downside to Tractor Supply is they do not deliver. What about open carrying an AR pistol? That's up to you, man. If you live in a state that allows you to open carry, do it. I don't care. I don't encourage open carrying. I think it's stupid, but I'm not going to stop you. Nice, glad you got a sponsor that is worth the darn. Yeah, like I said, I worked for them. Absolute clarity here. I helped them start their store. I haven't worked for him since 2023. That was the last time I worked for him. And now that I'm focusing on the YouTubes and getting rid of the, not getting rid of it, but setting the FFL back by just using it as a private transfer special order store, that's going to allow me to have sponsors without conflicts of interest. Anything new and exciting coming out that you're interested in getting? I might grab the Hellcat 380 and a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0 380 and compare the two. There is no 1911 Colt behind me. I only ask because I conceal carry, but it's kind of hard to conceal an AR. If you're going to open carry an AR, you're just open carrying it. Trying to conceal an AR is silly. Even if you got the Lawfold or Tactical, you're wearing a stupid big-ass coat in summer. Don't conceal carry an AR. That's just silly. He only farts when he sleeps. It's incredible. But what else was I going to say? Yeah. So we have goals here now that we're doing nightly live streams, daily live streams here on the YouTube channel. I want to get 100 subscribers a day. 100 subscribers a day is not asking too much. That's 3,000 subscribers a month. I don't think that's terrible. That will allow me to grow the channel. I want to hit 200K by the end of the year. I need 14,000 subs, which actually means we got to step that shit up. So I'll probably do a subathon probably sometime in November. But also, members, at the $2 level, I'm going to dedicate more time to doing more videos. I have the whole Rocky getting cars, fucking around with my store situation for the last few months. But now I'm dedicating back to doing YouTube. So if you become a member, number one, every time we reach 100 members, so right now we're at 40, so if we get to 100, I will do a giveaway. Maybe a Microtech, maybe just a gift card, something. We'll figure something out for the giveaway. But that's at the $100 level, 100 member level. If we get to 200 member, the value of the giveaway goes up because YouTube's cut that they take out of the money, there isn't a lot of money from that money to give away, but I will give away most of that money. You still buying from people? You can throw up on taxswap.com. I'm a gold member. I will still be buying from people, but I think what's going to happen, Stone, is I'm just going to kind of slowly acquire a used inventory and just leave it in the store until I'm ready to have a daily store kind of a thing. I don't discuss religions, brother. Evan, what's up? What's your newest wall gun? Newest wall gun, I mean, technically would be the Ruger 1022 Heatseeker chassis. Would be the newest gun up there because that was a new chassis. My dog does the same, but she gets under the blanket and Dutch ovens me. Well, I do the opposite, Tommy. When he farts, I bury him under the blanket so he gets his own taste. I don't have any experience with Union. I said Canon. Newest wall gun pistol. The newest pistol up there behind me was probably the reacquisition of the Chris Finks from my buddy Daniel. I have not been dropping money on guns right now because money is tight, which is another reason why I'm doing the titty stream for Halloween if we get enough money. So we need another $930 through Cash App. You should Cash App me if you want to see me wearing big fake tits and a bikini. Do I do any mods? Not to other people's guns because that requires a different license. I am not a gunsmith. I'm not a licensed gunsmith. I modify my personal guns. I'll show my guns here in about 20 minutes. I'll show the guns that have been modified. Van Scott, what's up, dude? Is it possible to build a 2011? Absolutely, 100%. Just like a 1911. You can order frames, custom 2011 frames, slide, parts, kits. You can literally build them. It's not hard either. Tearing apart a 2011 to send it out, like that one was originally a multicolor gray-black scheme. I fully disassembled it, sent it out, had it redone. It has Wilson Combat springs in it now, all kinds of upgrades to it. So yes, it's absolutely possible to build a 2011. You have any old rifles from the 19th century? No, that would be kind of cool, but no, I don't have anything from that old. I don't really get into that older stuff. It would have to be something really special for me to own something from the 1800s. So I need to go to a gunsmith to do my mods. Unless you are capable of doing your own mods, yes. You still got the Echelon. You've bought and sold it like 3 times. Yes, I still own the Echelon. The Echelon is never going anywhere else. Now that Sharps has sent me 3 frames, I've decided to keep them all. But yeah, right now I still need to raise money, so they're still pawned. Today is Stone's birthday. Stone! Happy friggin' birthday, dude. Here, I'm going to have a peanut butter cup in your honor. My oldest pistol is an Ivor Johnson and 32 Smith & Wesson short. Nice. It depends on what they're trying to do, Militant. If they're trying to, like, rethread a barrel or cut down a shotgun, like my 24-inch Benelli is going to become an 18-inch Benelli soon. Do I think the MR73 is worth the price? If you're talking about anything HK, no. What company do you recommend to build a 2011? So, I can build 2011s. That's not hard. I can't do custom rifle work. I can't do custom barrel work. But I can do custom 2011 work. But if you want, like, a straight-up hand-built gun, Nighthawk Customs, Hayes Customs. Hayes Custom modifies other companies' guns. Caspian, I think they do custom builds, and Wilson Combat rebuilds guns. Thank you, Joe and the wife. La 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 la. I like your profile pic, lady. Oh, the Manhurian MR73. Isn't that like a lot of money? Everything I've seen on that revolver, you're talking about that really high-end German law enforcement revolver, right? It looks amazing. I don't know if it's worth the price for an average shooter. Just like a Court really isn't for the average shooter. An $8,000 revolver is not for the everyday shooter. $3,000 or $4,000 is you got to be dedicated to your craft to spend $3 or $4 grand on a gun. I don't like spending $2 grand on a gun. I bitch about that all the time because of the finish on it. I really got to take that back to the range. You know, I'm looking at it. It looks even better than it did the other day. But anyways, the DWX is not worth $2 grand, and I paid $2 grand for it. So get the Bitcoin revolver. Can't afford it. Are they even still available? Give me $9 million. I will buy every gun you tell me to buy. Elon Musk, prove that you're a 2A supporter. Send me $100 million and I will buy every gun. Yay! Bum 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 bum. Burn 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 burn. The MR73 is rated for 150,000 rounds of full power 357 Magnum. I believe it. I believe it. That's kind of like how, because they wanted it to be a law enforcement revolver for like special forces and shit. The name is a little bit silly. Manchurian. Manchurian. This is how we do it. All right, I'll show you the guns. So I'm going to show you my my 2011s that are slightly custom. Now, Stone, you'll have to fact check Stalker with what you did to it after I sold it to you before I got it back. So first up is the Night Stalker 2011. It's a 1911 double stack because Staccato is a bunch of bitches that trademarked the name 2011. But that gun has had custom stipple work. You can see the stippling work. It was done by my buddy Greg at Liberty Arms. You can contact me if you want to get some stippling done. I'll just bring the gun to him. It has a Fusion Firearms trigger in it that doesn't quite fit because it wasn't made for 2011. I made it work because I'm not a little bitch. Just changed the springs in it. Okay, so he put a spring kit in it. That gun, with him shooting at it, he probably put more rounds through it than I did, but I put like 2,000 rounds through it total so far. But that's a good 2011. That one, the finish is stock, except for inside the slide. I should tear that apart and show you guys what's up with it at some point, now that it's been a couple of years. Grayson, what's going on, dude? Charlie, see you later, brother. I love handguns, yep. And then to kind of bookend it, that's the Gerson Match X. That's the Staccato XC at home. It's got the island port or the barrel port on it, but you can see it's got a weird finish to it because I fully disassembled it and took it to Taylor's and Company. So I have the Gerson X and the Influencer X. Both of them have been done by Taylor's. The lower on this gun is aluminum. Aluminum? Is that my Staccato? Lol. No staccatos on this wall. But yeah, the grip though, that tree bark texture, that was my buddy Greg's first time doing tree bark, and that grip feels amazing on that gun. That's got the Checkmate 21 rounder that it came with in that one. That one's amazing. Burris Fastfire E on it, C, Fastfire C on that one. So that is one of my custom guns. That's got a full Wilson Combat spring kit, hammer, not hammer, but firing pin and stuff. CW, what's up? The Fusion Firearms XP Pro, I didn't like their golf ball grip, so I filled all of the golf ball texture with silicone carbide, and then I epoxied on Talon tape because, you know, why would you ever want to take it apart? And it recently turns out they released a new grip module, so I may reach out to them about getting that once I start doing more range videos again. A lot, my Gerson. No, you have a Kuna coming. I found one, but now I got to pay for it. The Dan Wesson DWX, that's another custom. My buddy Alex did the distressing on it, which really wasn't difficult. You see all those lines in the finish? That is the metal work from Dan Wesson itself. So he took 800 grit sandpaper and less than 20 minutes took off all the finish because their finish is kind of shit. I distressed the trigger with a Dremel, and that is fake rust. That is not real rust. That is art supply rust. So that's a custom. Anything else customized up here? Someday I'm going to put a round through that G-Force. It's got one of my Wilson mags in it, though. I got to take that out. Almost my girl. Yep, I bought a PDP F 3.5 inch. The slide play left to right. Walter says this is normal. What do you think? It is absolutely normal, brother. I will explain striker fired guns to you. Glock came out with the Glock 17, Glock 19s, and took the world by storm because they created a gun that was extremely reliable. Can fire almost any ammunition you put through it. They did that by giving it the loosest tolerances that you can possibly give a gun and still have it function as a firearm while staying mildly accurate. It's also why they went with the breech lockup. If they had done a locking lug style like a 1911 or a Browning, that gun would be so inaccurate you wouldn't be able to fire it. But because they did that, every company that has come out since that wants to manufacture a good, reliable striker-fired gun that can use cheap ammo, good ammo, match ammo, whatever the case may be, has been forced to have shit tolerances. So yes, there were striker-fired guns before the Glock, but Glock mainstreamed mediocrity into the world of guns. And when I say mediocrity, I mean that to the fullest extent of the word. It is a boring gun. Even when you spend another $600 and modify it to make it look better, it's still a Glock at the end of the day. So my PDP is a nicer Glock, kind of. Yeah, kind of. All the Striker Fire, now there were guns before, Striker Fire guns before Glock, but Glock made the Wonder Polymer 9 super popular. So yes, the Walther PDPs, the Walther P99s, the Smith & Wesson SD series, all the guns, even the M&P series owes a lot towards Glock, but they all follow the same kind of thing. And AKs were doing it before Glock did it. So Glock isn't the only one that's guilty of this. I've said it many times. I'd love to build one. I would love to get my hands on a blank Glock slide and a blank Glock frame, and I would like to give it the same tolerance as like one of my quality 1911s and see how much it jams. Because I guarantee you that if a Glock had the same slide to frame fitment as a 1911, that gun would be absolutely unreliable. What's the best 9mm pistol in your opinion, bro? That's a very interesting question because I'm a hammer-fired guy. So I'm going to go with a 2011. A lot of people will say I'm crazy, and they'll start arguing for Glock. And then some people will say, ooh, a Canic, or some people will say a Walther. Some people will laughingly say an FN. So it's a very personal decision. I think 1911s, 2011s, and 9mm are superior. Best triggers. What do I think about the CMMG Banshee? I've had two. I love them. They're just very expensive. Hello, Father. Hello, Maddie. You have a 30-30 lever action rifle. Yes, I have a Winchester model 1894 built in 1939. It was my grandfather's. Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town? I don't know. Whatever you guys pay for, I will dress up as. I can send you a tight Glockish slide. No, I want an actual Glock slide to work with. I want a blank Glock slide. I want to file it. I want to do all the work myself. I want to make that slide as as tight a tolerance as a factory 1911. I know they're expensive. It's my dream gun. So here's what you do. If you really, really have to have a CMMG, just don't buy 3 other guns. For those of you that don't know, CMMG Banshees are very expensive. They can be anywhere from $1,100 to $1,600 depending on which variant you get. I don't have it anymore, but I had one that took SIG mags and one that took Glock mags. They were both $1,500 rifles. FNX 45 is a good hammer-fired gun. Absolutely. And I tout that anytime anybody would want one. Why do you have sloth plushies? Because at one point I only had 3 toes, and 3-toed sloths are a joke. My parents fostered some sloths, and now I'm sitting here with these. I've got a 300 Blackout. Great choice, great ammo. Oh, nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. I've been really liking my MP45. I don't have the first gen anymore. Somebody actually sent me a message on that. I liked the first gen M&P 45s because they have the integrated beaver tail on them. If you get a law enforcement one, the magazine disconnect is already out of it, so you don't have to worry about it. Last message I saw from you was yes, Stone, we know. Hold on. Do you like 6-shooters? I like revolvers. I'm just not a huge fan of them just because they're not aesthetically pleasing to me unless you spend a lot of money. That's what you've got. Nice. Dorian, how are you doing today? What is your actual name? Because everybody's getting their stupid @ tags again. I wish I could turn that shit off. Oh, that's actually your name. Okay, Dorian, what's up? So HK, Glock, Walther, Springfield, Smith & Wesson, all are reliable service duty handguns. Who makes 2011 with similar reliability for under 1K? Honestly, right now, under a K for a duty style 2011, you're going to be probably looking at something in the TSOS lineup. TSOS is BR9 duty. I've got their Gen 2 with the bull barrel. That gun has had 0 malfunctions with 1,500 rounds through it, and that gun is $825. The Gerson 2011 under $1,000 is probably not as good as the match. If you're going to get a Gerson, get the Match X or the Match S. Don't get the standard 2011, but the TSOS BR9. Even the Mac 9 double stack can be found on sale for around $1,000. What would be your go-to round for a 6? 357. I like 357. So the ones I actually still have, I've got a Ruger GP100 and an SP101. They're both 357. The GP100 is double action, single action. The SP101 is double action only, which means you can't cock the thing. I like to use technical terms for all you people. You can't thing the thing. It's like when you get into a car, you push the GUI. Favorite pizza. Favorite pizza is just a straight up pepperoni pizza. I tried to buy the Match X. No, you tried to buy my Match X because I was a dumbass and I let myself give into my baser instincts for the charger. And thankfully, you saw the fact that I would never stop pounding you to get it back if I sold it to you. So instead, you're getting a Springfield Kuna. Which gun in your collection has the most recoil, in your opinion? Honestly, it'd be my shotguns. Shotguns have the most kickback. Love my Smith & Wesson 2.0 shield. Had to sell it a few years ago because I needed money to fix my car. It had the built-in green laser and shot surprisingly well for a smaller gun. Man, that's a handful. A shield in 45, but it'd be nice to get one of those. Air Max, what's up? Nice gun collection. Thank you, Nicholas. How are you today? Everybody, get in here. Hit the like button as you come in. I already showed the gun wall, but if you have questions about guns, I'm here to answer them. If you have question about nuns, you've come to the wrong channel. Rocky, are you dead? He tucked his own tail, so he's like trying to block a fart. It's funny, the other day, like, he's got prison butthole syndrome, I call it, because, like, the other day he was sitting, he turned the wrong way. If you go to his channel, A Dog and a Dude, and you check that out, I made a video. It's called My Dog Farted, So I Bit Him. He literally just goes, ha! You're so tired, your ear doesn't work. You okay, buddy? Oh, I love that. When a dog stretches and their paw curls and they're like, yeah, because they don't have fingers. You got a Shield 9 2.0 on layaway, 3 more payments. Nice, dude. Have you ever shot a lever action shotgun? Yes, actually I have. Black Aces Tactical makes a whole line of them. What is the 2011? There's 2 of them up there. That one is a TSOS Night Stalker, and that one is a Gerson Match X. Mouse, what's up? You owned an 1887 lever action shotgun. Nice. Mine was new Black Aces, but I do appreciate it. It was basically a copy of it, I think. What's the best Glock? One that somebody else is using because it's going to save my life when they use Glock shot towards me and they miss low left. Mrs. Mouse is watching football. She wants the Bengals to win. I love football. Go home run! Is that a 1022? Yes, that is in the Sharps Brothers Heat Seeker chassis. You hated it and traded it for a PPK and 380. Aw. Is that a 3D printed revolver? No, it is a 3D printed replica, non-firing of a Chiappa Rhino. My buddy Drunk Mouse, who is in the chat now, he made it for me because he knows that I disdain Chiappa. I hate Chiappa as a company. I don't give a shit about their guns. Some of their guns are cool. They do some single action replicas and shit, but their company is trash. What's your EDC? Para Ordnance, 1911 Black Ops. Thoughts on the Glock 44? No thoughts on it at all. There were so many issues when it first came out that you needed heavier grain ammo. You couldn't run the hypersonic shit because it would jam the guns because they couldn't handle the cyclic rate. There's no reason to own a Glock 44 outside of owning a Glock 19. That is what that gun is designed for. They designed that gun specifically for people to train on a cheaper budget than firing 9 all the time. So you could buy, 1,000 rounds of 22 for the same cost as 100 rounds of 9 at one point back in the day. So they created that for that. What's the most reliable gun in your collection? Any one that I've modified is probably more reliable than any stock Glock that I own, of which I don't own any anymore. I own 7 Glocks and they're all modified. Looks good on the wall. Yeah, it does. Everyone make sure to hit the like button. Thank you. Subbed, you seem cool. Hi, you are very wrong, my friend. But thank you. We have a goal here. I want 100 subs every day that I live stream, and I want 10 members every day that I live stream. You pay $2 a month. And every time we get to 100 members, so at 100, 200, 300, etc., I will do giveaways commiserate with the number of members that we have. So signing up at the $100 level, I'll be doing probably like a $25, $50 Amazon gift card. All depends. We'll see what happens. Springfield Hellcat or Glock 26? Hellcat every day. I don't like Glock. You'll never hear me recommend a Glock unless you're looking for one gun. Now, if it's for me, I'll take anything over a Glock. But if you are somebody doesn't really like guns, you're not into guns, but you understand that a gun is a good self-defense firearm. If you come to me and you tell me I only want one gun, it's going to be my home gun, car gun, personal carry gun, etc., I am going to recommend a Glock that you at least try them because they are extremely reliable. But if you are in any way an enthusiast, I will never recommend a Glock. Thoughts on the P10C? I would recommend a P10C over a Glock. Ergos are better, the grips feel better, and they run just as reliably, in my opinion. M18 thoughts. I'm not a fan of compact versions of full-size guns. I've got the M17, although mine's fully customized. Yeah, I like the SIG stuff. You just got to change your triggers. Night, time to receive my birthday gift. All right, just remember, when you're bent over and she's running you through, that you asked for it. The everyday all-around Glock. Pretty much. What gun do you think you'd be if you were a gun in your past life? I'd be a 1911. But knowing my luck, I'd be chambered in something stupid like 38 Super. Like my STI Grandmaster, so nobody uses me. He's quick. No, he's Joe. You're quick. Who's quick? Nesquik? I like Nesquik. Nesquik is good. It's like not milk, but it kind of looks like milk. We're getting off topic here. Fuck you. What gun do you think? Oh, we already answered that one. So I'm not a fan. Robert, I will follow up to your question, though. I'm not a fan of the compact of anything. I like full-size guns. Why is the Glock 19 so popular? Very simple, Toxid. Great marketing, for one. Glock has the best marketing division in the firearm world. They spend more money on advertising than probably anybody else. Number two is, because of how crappy their tolerances are, they are one of the most reliable handguns. And I know what you're saying. Why is that a bad thing? Because if you take pride in a firearm, you will know that having a slide that can go is not optimal for aesthetics, shooting, accuracy. So a Glock could be more accurate if the tolerances were better, but it would be less reliable. And Glocks are plenty accurate. You can hit 100 yards with the Glock, no problem. But also, like, for $500, why does it have plastic fucking sights? Everybody's doing fiber optics now on $300 guns. That's a 1911 with a steel frame. It's got fiber optics, front slide serrations, and an adjustable trigger for $300. Yet Glock won't give us fiber optic sights. Don't look now, there's a sloth on your wall. No! Aftermarket support. If you look well enough, there's aftermarket support for everything. Did you see my email sent this morning about a possible FFL transfer? Which website did you send that to, Air Max? Glocks are also boring to shoot. It's not just that they're boring to shoot. They have a terrible grip angle that you have to adjust to. They have the most different grip angle of any striker fired gun. So you pick up an M&P, easy to fire. You pick up a Glock, you have to adjust. You're always pointing down with the Glock. TTI or CZ Shadow 2? TTI what? A TTI 2011? I mean, just for the fact that it's a 2011, I'll take it over a Shadow 2. But if you're talking about a TTI Combat Master 2011, that's a $7,000 gun versus a CZ Shadow 2, which is a $1,000 gun. They're not even in the same category, dude. Oh, there's a gun. Well, let's not anger them then, because apparently if you're an average American citizen or somebody from around the globe who doesn't understand that the news is nothing but cycled by clicks and clickbait shit, guns are dangerous. You want to carve into wooden stocks when you see them like old movies? Nope. Favorite rifle you own or have owned in the past? My custom AR. It's not on the wall right now, but my custom AR is my favorite rifle. Yeah, that 1911 is sick. Nice. Thanks for that answer. I appreciate it. No problem. I kind of like the grip angle. Somebody banned Drunk Mouse. You prefer irons or RMRs? I prefer to shoot all of my optics-ready guns with irons first to fully understand how they shoot without optics on them, but I do appreciate the single point of aim of an optic. A single point of aim makes things a lot easier in the long run, especially if you have stigmatism, things like that. You can't really focus the front sight through the rear sight. Get a red dot. But I can do it both ways. The PDP sadly comes with plastic sights, Glock pattern for aftermarket for $700. Come on, Walter. Yeah, that sucks. The Bengals are losing. Aw. What's the 2 rounds on the mini shelf? So the 2 taller ones are... Oh. So the 2 tall ones are 50 BMG incendiary armor piercing, and this one is a 416 Barrett. Favorite guns are 1911s. Do I have my shakes like fuck? But I can. Do I have a stigmatism? Stigmatism is different from shaking. How much have you spent on guns and ammo? I don't know, and I won't do the math. So I can tell you that since I started buying guns in 2018, I've probably owned over 1,000 guns. So. Steelers just got another touchdown. Bengals are losing big time. Aw. 50 BMG is anti-material. Barrett 416 is actually a long-distance precision round. So, 50 BMG. Oh, did I just break my... So, a 50 BMG is a thicker, harder round than 416 Barrett. You can see the shape difference in a 416 Barrett. 416 Barrett is designed to go farther, faster, because you can see, even though it is shorter, the round is shorter too, but it's thinner. And it's a more efficient round than 50 BMG. 50 BMG is anti-material. This is sniper. You never ask a gun owner to do the math. So 1,000 guns, while I say I've owned 1,000 guns, that doesn't mean that I paid for each individual gun. I have traded many guns for many other guns. I have, so that gun, the Yeet Cannon, the Heritage, and the Chris Finks were all paid for with selling one gun. So if you factor it in that way, I've probably only paid for a couple of 100 guns with cash. Think gun manufacturers have stopped selling to any law enforcement since they are banning the public? No, I don't like to get involved in that stuff. So if law enforcement wants to have an exclusive contract with the gun manufacturer, and the gun manufacturer is willing to have that exclusive contract, it's not in my position to argue with it or say why. I don't really care. There are many options out there. If you don't like a company because of the way they're selling, then just don't buy that company. That's why I don't buy Glocks willingly. I don't buy Chiappas. Is YouTube your job? I'm trying to make it my job, and that's where you guys come in. So liking, subscribing, becoming members. You always donate. That's awesome. Thank you, Tommy. You're a king. They were shooting that barrel at a range I was at, and the concussion was insane. Yep. Dave says, how's it hanging? Can I ask you a question? Sure. Did you watch Future Weapons back in the early 2000s? Yes. One of the ones that stuck with me the most was that one wall gun that can shoot 1,000,000 rounds. It's like all electronically fired. It's like, what was it, like 90 barrels or some shit? They were stacked and they fired electrically. Most people who push Glocks have 90% other companies' parts in Glock rip frame or just a copy clone. They've been around since, early 80s and barely changed or updated anything. Pretty much CWL. And again, I get why Glock doesn't want to innovate. They made a gun that works. It's just not a good gun. Hey, Bruce comes in with the $2 dono. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. You still only get plastic sights. Pretty much. Kimber EDC X9 or so EDC 9. They're whatever the fuck their letters are. If you're talking about their handgun, it's an expensive one, but yeah, absolutely, it's a good shooting gun. What are your tattoos? My tattoos are different all over. So this arm is going to be horror based. It's just I've run out of money, so I'm waiting. Money is a big issue in my life. I don't have it, so it fucks me up. And yes, I understand I'm saying that with 15 grand worth of guns on my wall, but you have to understand this is a job, not a hobby. But yeah, so this will be horror themed, and this one is just tech. When is the Glock shamming gonna stop? As soon as Glock realizes that they make a $300 gun. Do you know the name of the old German rifle with two 410 type barrels and a rifle type? No, I don't. That's interesting, though. That sounds like something Google can answer for you. Sorry, bud. I know you're engaging, and I love that, but I honestly don't. Is Glock a company? Yes. So Glock is a firearms manufacturer based in Austria. The Gaston Glock, who started the company, recently died, and they buried him in his own Tupperware. But he started as a shovel maker and a horse inseminator. I had a lady walk into my job today wearing a Glock shirt. German drilling. There you go, Dave. Do I have a Springfield pistol? I've got a couple. I've got the Operator. I've got a Garrison. Glock owners have zero taste, bland. Humans, y'all are like plain toast. Guarantee you her name was Karen. So it's been like 4 minutes. Why isn't Stone back? Am I a small man for carrying a 43 MOS? No, you're a Florida man, and you're limited in your choice until they just released, freedoms. He might have made knives too, but he's more famous for making shovels and collecting horse semen. I'm assuming it takes a lot of money to do YouTube. It does. So let me point out a couple of things. I've received some review samples from companies. Not as many as other channels. That Fusion Firearms and that Fusion Firearms were sent to me by Fusion. That's about $1,500 in guns. Darius sent me the top for that DY9, but I paid for that gun. That is probably a $300 top. The Match X was sent to me by Gerson. That's a $1,000 gun. But I paid $2,000 for the DWX. I paid $500 for the Witness. I paid $600 for the Sphinx. I paid for the Hammerly. I paid for the Star. I paid for that. I paid for that. I paid for that. I paid for that. You know, you pay for a lot of things. So yes, the cost of the guns is one thing. The time, the equipment to go to the range. You know, the ammunition I use. Everybody will tell you, ammo is 3 to 5 times more than you ever spend on the gun. Stone said that his wife is giving him his birthday present, so I assumed it would only be a 3 or 4 minute job. What got you into guns? So in 2017, I was still selling cars at the beginning of the year. So I was a car salesman from 2000 until 2017. Very successful, but I was also medically fucked up. So in 2017, I killed myself. And after they brought me back and I decided I wasn't going to do that again, I got into guns. What is your favorite tattoo? I don't know if I'd call it my favorite, but it's my most important. It's this one that says "Nothing gory means no story," and it circles around where I slit my wrists. So it kind of reminds me to not do it again. And then this one, 4/17/17, that was the day I killed myself. Someone said they got a gun for review, and then company sent them a bill for the gun. So, Maddie, there's two different things that some companies do. Number one, sometimes they'll mistakenly send an invoice. But number two is they will send you a T&E gun, a testing and evaluation gun. When Rock Island sent me the 5.0, which I still have, it was originally a testing and evaluation gun that would have been $1,000 to keep. But I said to them, hey, look, do you want to maybe just give me the gun since you fucked me over? And they basically said, yeah. Actually, that's a lie. Lou over at Rock Island, awesome fucking dude. He worked out a deal with the advertising department that for the videos I did, they would just give me that gun. But yeah. But yeah, sometimes a company will give you a gun for just like 90 days. I'm still waiting on Bursa to send me the 2011 because they said they didn't have any samples available. They also said I could buy it for a certain amount of money. I'm glad you're still here. You seem really cool. I try to be chicken. Geez, hardcore. Glad you're here. Thank you. Did you ever send back the SIG 1911? They never asked for it back. I sent them the same email. I said, for advertising purposes, can I just have it? And they never answered me. So they sent me that gun right before the 320 thing exploded. So they haven't sent me an invoice. So I guess they let me keep it. Jimmini's first death is plus 5,000 lower. Glad you're doing better, man. Seriously, that's tough to hear you found yourself in that negative space. It wasn't a negative space. It was a logical decision based on empirical data I had at the time. Been sub for a while. Used to watch the car review videos. What's in your driveway nowadays? Currently in my driveway, I have a 2015 Ram 1500 quad cab, or crew cab, excuse me. That is what my dog Rocky rides in every day. And then for my fun-ish car, I've got a 2015 Charger RT Premium Hemi. They're all both Hemis. I don't fuck with 6-cylinders. Worry about Turkish-made guns. I know they can be good, but also bad. My TP9 Elite Combat was bad. You got a bad one, unfortunately. Canik is really solid overall, but yes, you can get some bad stuff. Although those were licensed P99 copies, so the fact that you got a bad one of those was interesting. I think you're good then. I don't know. It's been 3 months since supposedly the T&E evaluation was over. Can't pick up guns, Carter. Stop asking. They got some lemons. Anything manufactured with human hands can have defects. Anything manufactured by a machine can have defects. So it sucks that you got the bad one, but in general, Canics are pretty solid. I don't know. I'm just not pushing the issue, and they wouldn't send me a 211, so that's the other reason I want to grow the channel. I need you guys to subscribe so I can get more review samples. I would love to just drop hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars a week on guns, but I can't afford it. Mrs. Mouse gets so aggressive when she's watching football. My buddy Shane, his wife, is very much the same way. Whenever I'd go over and they were watching... Actually, I would actively not go over to their house when they were watching football because she would get excited and he would get angry. Not angry like in a violent way, but he'd be like, stop yelling at the TV, and she'd just keep yelling at the TV, so... what shampoo do you use? None! Usually carry a 43 because it works. It's super easy to conceal. I have much nicer guns that I substantially more, and I don't want to lose it if it's in the truck and it's not supposed to carry at work. I get that. I'm still a hard proponent for money should not be the determining factor on your carry. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be wise with your money when you buy something, but if you're not willing to lose it, then you're not willing to use it. You know what I mean? That's personal opinion. Not saying it's right, but in my opinion, if I have 5,000 rounds through a $2,000 handgun that I trust my life to, I'm going to carry it. I'm not going to worry about if the cops are going to take it if I have to kill somebody. Well, yeah, lol, that's a good idea. It's sided. I don't hate. It's sided. I hate my Kate. I don't know what you're saying, dude. How do you think Chinese weapons in the gun market would change anything in terms of prices? Should they become legal to sell, not to use pre-ban ones? I don't really care. Chinese guns are stupid. They're not anything better than what we already have, and most times they're actually shit. I'm a guy. I use fucking whatever comes out of a bottle. I think I'm using Head and Shoulders. It also does my junk. What do we think about the 43X with the 10-round mag? I don't care. Not gonna lie, they know how to make a trigger. Never felt anything. However, I'm not down with the design. Canik uses Walter's design, which is why the trigger's so nice. But I had howling rants about it just a couple of weeks ago on my videos. Okay. 9mm ARs. Yes, go for them. Am I American? I don't know what an American is. There are reliable 15-round mags. Oh, there's plenty of stuff out there. There's also better guns than Glocks. I rotate between 3 carry guns, a Kimber 1911 and 45 PPK, a 380, and a Taurus 856 and 38 Special. I used to carry an Airweight 357 for shits and giggles until I started shooting full power loads through it, and it broke it. Imagine having all that will happen, but the first one to turn into a zombie in a zombie apocalypse. I've said this a lot, Naruto. If there's an actual zombie apocalypse, I'm turning myself into a zombie because I don't give a shit. Glock 19, 2,000 rounds, 4 failures, maybe ammo. Smith & Wesson, 2,000 rounds, 0 failures. So here's the thing, okay? A lot of things that could be happening with the Glocks could be, if you lightly hold a Glock, you can make it stovepipe, no problem. Hope everyone entered the PSA giveaway. I'm not giving away a PSA. What's the best gun you've ever owned? It's a hard question, man. Probably my AR. But it's a full custom build. Bengals just got a touchdown, and Mrs. Mouse went wild. Nice. Hank Hill, Strickland Propane. Comes in with the $2 dono. Thank you very much, King. Appreciate it. Goes towards the Jimmini Show's bills. 38 special is kind of nice, to be honest. Thinking of getting a pocket popper. Yeah. Get the Bond Arm Cyclops, 4570. What about strangers? What about strangers? Strangers don't bother me. I've got a dog and a gun. Although my dog is useless because he's too friendly. I carry a J Freeman 38 special. I carry Buffalo Boar and hope I never have to use it. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That's what I always say. My dog is snoring. I had to wake him up. Although I have carried the 229 quite a bit lately, the 357 SIG is badass little round. I don't know. Did I sell you the 229? Is that where it went? I thought I sold you a CZ. Rocky is a proximity alarm. Man, you kind of look high. I got fucked up brain, so thank you. I got my concealed carry after somebody tried to break into my semi one night while I was sleeping. Dude, that sucks. Stoger. Oh, Stoger's fine. Y'all think we're going to see more guns with lower bores? It's hard to manufacture that because a lot of times you got to do something silly with the action. Either flip it upside down like the Alien or make it gas operated. Wow, the touchdown was bad, so they had to do it again, and now there's a flag. Jesus. What do you think of Derringers? The little small pocket pistols are about the size of the palm of your hand. Those guns are useful only when you're in a situation where you can't carry something that is bigger. I don't recommend Derringers for like everyday protection, but if you got like a function you're going to and you need something smaller to put into a jacket pocket, for example, then they work. How do you like the Ruger 5.7? The Ruger 5.7 is okay. It's also the Ruger 57 because they came out with it before the trademark expired, just saying. But they're fine. Now the touchdown counts and the extra point is good. I should be reading all of your comments like an announcer. The extra point is good. It's up. It's going all. Oh, shit. It bounced off the crowd. Holy shit. Hank Hill, thank you for the huge dono, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Maddie, are you a PSA shill all of a sudden, dude? Passat Alien. Don't know why I'm looking at their site. Every time I look at their site, I fucking spend money. Oh, are you people still here? Yeah, so like Rock Island right now, you can go to PSA right now. They're doing the Rock Island double stacked 17 round 9mm single piece frame, $500. It's not optics cut, but it's a $500 2011 style gun. All right, I'm not looking at that anymore. I'm sorry. Where's my life? Good job, Hank Hill. We're getting closer to Halloween titty stream. Those don't count towards the titty stream. Yeah, 229 for cash, TX22 Series 43. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. I couldn't remember where that gun went. I was looking for it the other day. No, they don't count because I won't get that money for 6 weeks. And I get 30% of that. What'd you have for dinner? Corn dogs. Are Glocks good if you mod them? And if so, what mods? No, because you spend just as much modding a Glock as you did buying the Glock, and then when you're done, you have a Glock. Yeah. No, he's just helping the channel, and I fucking appreciate it. Thank you, Hank Hill. You're a king. So my buddy, I can't give their name because that would be doxing them, but they brought their dog in today. His name is Indy, and Rocky and him played a little bit, and they were really good until just the last second because Indy sniffed Rocky's ding-dong. PSA will get you to spend your money. Dude, some of their flash sales are redonkulous. What's my favorite pew-pew in the back? It's kind of a toss-up because if it's on my wall, I really wanted it. Tonight, let's go with the Match X and the Night Stalker since they're both modified very similarly. That's why I don't go on PSA website anymore. My wallet hates me. That's why you use credit cards. Then the creditors hate you and your credit score hates you. Accidentally discharge. How would a lawyer handle that if you accidentally hit somebody? So it depends on whether it's actually an accidental discharge. If you're the reason the gun went off, it's no longer an accidental discharge, it's a negligent discharge. So the only thing that can cause an accidental discharge is something like the SIG problems where it had an uncommanded discharge, but they still involve some kind of thing happening to the trigger mechanism. So if you are cleaning your gun and it goes off because you didn't clear it, that's a negligent discharge. And you can be charged depending on how the accident happens, who you hit. If you hit your buddy in your own house, you probably get charged with some kind of misdemeanor reckless bullshit. But if you kill somebody because you have a negligent discharge because you're too stupid to clear your own gun, you deserve a manslaughter charge. Involuntary, but still a manslaughter charge. The Night Stalker looks good, thank you. I spent money on ammo because they had a huge sale. Look, if the Whammons can do it on Kohl's, we can do it on PSA. Bengals got another touchdown. Nice. How long did the TX22 last in the shop? Only saw it on one live since. Love seeing the 43-103 on the wall. The 43-103 I'm keeping just because it's cool. The TX22 I sold to my buddy Alex, the one that built the Star Wars gun, because he wanted one for his kid. So it will eventually come back to me. Every gun I've ever sold him has come back to me because he always needs something else, except for the... I sold him my SAR K12 Sport, the clone of the Tanfolio, stock 2, because, well, I have my personal reasons why. I heard if you smoke marijuana, non-recreational, you cannot own a firearm. Ricky, if you live in a state that has legal marijuana, there's technically nothing they can do except for the fact that on your documentation you become a felon by lying. What I mean is question 21A says, are you a user of, or addicted to any federally controlled substance? Marijuana is still federally illegal. So technically, by checking no on that box, even if you're just doing it recreationally, you are committing a felony. If you have a medical marijuana card in many states, there are some states that allow you to have a medical marijuana license and get a firearm. But for example, here in the state of Virginia, if you have a registered medical marijuana card, you are prohibited from buying firearms. You will pop on a NICS check, background check, and you will instantly get denied, and you will get a visit from the police because you are using a federally controlled substance while trying to say you don't. Joe is right about negligent discharge, haste, but the exception is for Alec Baldwin. He's allowed with no penalty. Lols. Hey man, nice stream. Those guns are so cool. Thank you. The Gen 6 Glock will come with steel sights at 750 and nothing else because fuck you. Pretty much. Your account has been flagged for suspicious activity. The stream will be shut down immediately and you are temporarily banned pending review. Please contact support. No. If you give importance to weed or alcohol, don't own a gun. You can drink alcohol and own a gun. I don't give a shit about that. What just happened in my life? There it goes. What the hell is this? This is people thinking they're funny. Just get rid of shit like that. You are in Virginia? Me too. I'm in Central Virginia. You're quite a ways from me. For some reason, Christian and are not notification from channel. So YouTube sucks. So you have to actively find me. Dude, it's funny. I'm not fat, but this angle where it shows this side of my shirt makes me look very fat. Patrick, what's up? You're in AK. Nice. Oh, you're in Arkansas. Got it. How have you been? Good. How have you guys been? Haven't seen you guys in a long time. Remind me of the Punisher with all the guns and stuff. Have a great night. Tyson, thank you. You as well. You have a great night. Well, you don't remind me of the Punisher, but you have a good night is what I mean. What are we at? 9:30? So we're only going until 10. These daily live streams. So here's the thing, Elizabeth and Christian. Every day, Monday through Friday, I'm doing live streams, 8 p.m. for a couple hours. Yesterday, I got screwed up because of the outages. Joe's been losing weight and getting skinnier. My dog has been eating my food. Yeah, let's not go too crazy with the bans, Bruce. But if people get even kind of out of pocket, I don't care if you ban them anymore. I've been finding that you need to hit the bell and all the notifications. Yeah, but even then, so here's the thing. I got this tip a long time ago from YouTube. Don't send notifications. So those are actually turned off. My doesn't send out notifications because if I do that, it only puts it in the algorithm for notifications. It's kind of fucked up. Would I survive the Tremors movie? Till the end of the opening credits, maybe. Your dog ate your food. My dog eats so much food that I don't eat much. And then I spend all my time taking care of him because I'm a weird dude. My dog can do whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants to go and lick a wall, I don't give a shit. But when I'm hanging out with him, I dedicate my time to him because he deserves all the love that dogs can get because he's a good boy. But no, it's just, the only time I eat is when I'm bored. So Rocky has been keeping me from being bored. Make sure you subscribe and like. So here's the deal. If you come on board and you're a subscriber, awesome. Thank you. You're helping grow the channel. If you sign up as a member for $2 a month, you'll get early access to videos as well as giveaways. Every time we get another 100 members, so at 100, I'll do a giveaway. At 200, I'll do another giveaway. You don't have to keep paying for extra chances to win. You don't have to buy shit to win. You just become a member to support the channel, $2 a month, and every month I'll do a giveaway. So at 100, every month I'll do a giveaway for those 100 members. Every month at 200, you'll be then there'll be 2 giveaways. We'll figure it out. We'll go back to that. I used to do it a long time ago. What do you think about the Franklin Army RS-11 300 Blackout, the 11.5-inch barrel? Didn't that get recalled or some shit? It's no longer considered an AOW? Man, it switched now. Bengals have 14, Steelers only have 10. Nice! Unless Beth tells me you're on. I appreciate the info. It's Christian, by the way. I figured that out when you said her name. Just reloaded 300, 223, and 556 for 8 cents a round. Reloading is the way. Awesome. No. Not until I get private land. All right, ladies and gents. I'm out for the night. Got to go clean my gun. Thanks, Maddie. Mrs. Mouse is happy. Yep. Andy, I tie my own flies, but you have yet to commit to reloading. Nope. Okay, but what if the gun is a Glock? Does that not count as the gun shooting while drunk? I don't understand what you mean, dude. You can type that as many times as you want. It doesn't make sense to me. Can you clarify, please? I have a CC but don't have a gun. What are my chances for the giveaways? I'm not giving away guns. I'll give away gift certificates, and you can use it to buy a gun. I'm not doing gun giveaways. Number one, you can't do them directly through YouTube. That's illegal. You have to use companies like Fan of Them and outside sources. There are a couple of channels that have done that, and they're gone now. So, no. What type of reloader do you use? Also, for me to give away a gun, if you guys want me to give away the equivalent of a gun, it's going to have to be probably when we get to like 500 members. All them guns and you still an orange tabby. I have orange cat energy. Thank you. What kind of dog do you? I've never done a dog. Hold on, I'll show you. Hey, Rocky, you awake? Hey, Rocky, you conscious? This is Rocky. Rocky is the best dog ever. He's a German Shepherd, American Staffordshire mix. Dude, he ran up against a full-blood German Shepherd at the park the other day. That dog makes him look tiny. Now, he's not small. He's 73 pounds. But he's a good boy. Aren't you a good boy? Yes, you are, buddy. You're such a good boy. That's why he has 4 dog beds, 8 toys laying around, and all the love he can get. Also, you guys are paying to feed him. That's what you guys are helping to pay for. I'm in Maryland, but have been a dispensary recreational once, but figured I'm not allowed to own a firearm. Not sure if there is a time limit or what. So if you own anything that says that you are a possessor or user of marijuana on a federal level, such as a medical marijuana card, you will pop in background checks. That's the thing to keep in mind. If you're just a recreational user, unless you are filling out paperwork every time you're buying weed, you don't pop on anything. So that's a discretionary thing, but I'm going to tell you, if you can pop on a drug test for marijuana, it's still technically in your system, then you are still technically in violation of a federal law. And we're just talking technical here. I'm not giving you legal advice. I'm just telling you what the law says. Aw, he's so beautiful. Yeah, I get compliments all the time. All the chicks really like him, but unfortunately they're either married or 900 years old. And as much as I like climbing into the crypt of the mummy, I'm good. Thanks, appreciate it. Yep, if you want to do reloading kit. Oh, no. You guys are talking about shit that means nothing to me. Sorry. I'm going to sniff my nipple. Yeah, smells like skin. Who's a good boy? You want a treat? You want a treat? By the way, don't fuck with your dogs. If you offer them a treat, you give them the goddamn treat. These are awesome. Full moon, human grade. If I really wanted to, I could eat it. It's the last one in the bag. Come here, buddy. You want it? You gotta come here. I'm not walking it all the way to you. Come here. Come here, buddy. Here, try that first. Lick my hand. There you go. Lick that up. Here. Here. Open your mouth. Yay! Okay. Good job. Dude, that stuff is better than the stuff you get at the grocery store. Appreciate the feedback. No problem, Ricky. Rocky looks like my Rosa. Well, your Rosa's an awesome freaking dog then. Did he just shock that dog? No, I didn't shock the fucking dog. He's not wearing a shock collar, and people that shock their dogs need to be fucking punched in the head. Once you look, the call once you look, the cobwebs once you look, the cobwebs once you look, the cobwebbed off, so it's all once you lick the cobwebs off, it's all the same. Bruce, check your phone. Your talk to text is on. You came to California, brought Rocky, he can help you get laid by purple-haired women. I can get purple-haired women here. A social media person was busted shocking their dog to get them to stay in frame. They should be punched in the fucking head. I bought the vibration collar because I wasn't sure if he was going to be a barker when I adopted him, but he's so fucking chill. Come here, buddy. Come here for a second. Come here. This is how good my boy is. Come here, buddy. Come here. You see that? No collar, no nothing. He's just willing to be here. He's such a good boy. Yes, he is. Come here. Come here. Oh, he's doing his big stretch. Come here. Aw, come here. Come on. Up. No, I'm just kidding. All right, he doesn't want to. He's tired. But my buddy, he's a good dog. I don't pressure him to do anything. His channel is just videos of him being a daily dum-dum. He's such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, you are. So this is my boy Rocky, for those of you that don't. Yes. Look at these paws, man. Look at these paws. He's got the big old paws. Woof. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Now, so that's Rocky. Thank you, buddy. Here, you can have another. These are his glucosamine treats. There you go. Go ahead. You're good. All right, so now that you're done looking at my crotch, Mike Roch, news announcer. Good evening. My name is Mike Roch. Breaking news. I might be coming to the East Coast near the end of the year. We'll let you know. All right. He worked hard cleaning guns today. Who did? Your boy? Blue hair might not be a dude. Them, he, she. That was a great joke that my phone ruined. Oh. My dog will get beeped, buzzed, and zapped if he tries to leave the farm. He gets 2 warnings, and it did not take long for him to learn. I mean, you have to in some cases. I really don't like shocking a dog. I think that is a case of very last resort, like you say. If I can avoid it, I won't do. He's very well mannered. He's a service dog, so he's extremely well trained. I've been training with him since like the 3rd day I've had him, and he can walk off leash in a crowded grocery store without a problem. Although he's on leash because my disability doesn't require him to do things outside of monitoring me. So he can track when I'm about to pass out, and he kind of alerts to me, and he paws at me when I'm about to pass out. So, and then he sits on me when I do pass out. One thing I can't stand is when I see a dog living on a chain its entire life. You know, these people aren't giving the animals the attention it needs. It's a pack animal living life in misery. Exactly, dude. I don't even like making him wear his collar. I take his collar off when he gets home, and when we do our evening bathroom ritual, he doesn't wear his collar. I don't even make him wear a collar, and I don't like walking him on a leash. He has his service dog harness that I have to have on him. The leash goes on that. I don't do anything around his neck, because choking a dog to like correct them, that is, I get it. Some dogs need that level of correction. Rocky doesn't. Rocky is super fucking chill. What kind of rifle is the second from the top? That is a Sharps Brothers chassis, the Heat Seeker chassis with a Ruger 1022 in it. The main use of a collar is to stop return prey-driven dogs that cannot be stopped or returned with vocal commands. Keep them and you out of trouble. I get it, Evan. I totally get it. Like I said, it's a last resort use. Rocky can recall in a dog park with 40 dogs. My dog is half husky. He only got the zap like 3 times in 5 or 6 years, and he's stubborn. So here's a funny thing. Rocky does not like huskies. He gets into it with huskies more than any other breed. Smith & Wesson versus Glock, in your opinion, why is Smith & Wesson the better choice? Number 1, better aesthetics, better controls, better feel, better grip angle, better trigger, better barrels, better build quality, better prices, better sights, better box. Actually, no, Glock has a better box. But in every general way, Smith & Wesson is better. For a lower price, you get an optics cut M&P 2.0 for, what, $4.99 usually, where a Glock is $5.85 for a MOS. Rocky is a good doggy. Yes, Rocky is a good doggy. It's not just that huskies are shitheads. I think it's the eyes. I know another dog, a Weimaraner, that has the gold eyes, and he kind of messes with him a little bit. But dude, huskies, for some reason, I don't know if it's because he doesn't bark. Rocky doesn't bark. You've almost never heard him bark unless I'm making him do tricks, and he doesn't always like to do tricks. But he almost never barks. And huskies are very vocal, and I think that drives him nuts. Glock 19 Gen 5 or a Sig Sauer 365. 2 different types of guns. One's a compact, one's a midsize. Is that rifle a 308? No, it's a 22. It's a Ruger 1022. Husky are noisy dogs. Yes, so they're not afraid to tell you what they're thinking. Also, I don't know, maybe the fur. So there's this guy that comes to the park every day with his girl. Really awesome dude. Really nice dude. But the first time Rocky met him, he had an afro. And bouncy hair triggers him. He also doesn't like when I do weird noises and sing. Dude, he just gave me side eye like you wouldn't believe. Are you familiar with the X95, the Micro Tavor? Yes, I have one that I'm still trying to get California compliant for my buddy. I got a Belgian Malinois. Just call it a wrecking ball. No kidding. That's what everybody kept insisting Rocky was when I first got him because of his black snout. But that's just the American Staffordshire coloring it. He doesn't have any of the other traits. Yes, Malinois are crazy good at destroying shit. Although he's a jumper like a Malinois. He can clear a 5-foot fence, no problem. He doesn't like Wendy singing because it sounds like a husky. Yeah, pretty much. Find out how long the barrel is, please. Yep, I will get that to you tomorrow, I promise. I'm probably going to pick up the gun from him until I get the moderator for it anyway. Any opinion on the MP5 FRT Super Safety? No real opinion. I'm not a fan of FRTs just because they waste money. So everybody that wants an FRT has never really been a machine gun guy. And if you're a machine gun guy, then great, do it, whatever. I don't give a shit. But I have binary triggers in an AR, 2 of my ARs actually, and they are nothing but a waste of money. Good 5.56 ammo is 60 cents a round. So why would I just blow through $18 of ammo just because it goes brrrr? I wouldn't. It's because Huskies really talk a lot of shit. Yeah, they do. You need more weapons for the zombie apocalypse. I have 3 other safes that I never show anybody. You've seen all the guns on the channel, though. If you go through and watch all 2,600 videos, I think there's 1,100 gun videos on the channel. You'll know which ones are mine because, number one, I either throw them, drop them, break them, damage them, or I just say they're mine. Is Winchester the only green tip? No. There's other manufacturers that make green tip. X-Tech from... that's Korean. Fucking X-Tech is green tip. Green tip is not registered to Winchester. Winchester just might be the cheapest green tip. X95 is made in Israel. Now they're using the M4. Yeah, well, bullpups are stupid. Unless you get a full auto. My caveat, and I'm sorry, Mouse, I don't take it back. I'm not defending it. I'm not saying anything. A bullpup is fucking awesome until you try to be precise with it. My wife is... Sorry, dude. Yeah, I have my opinions, and I apologize. It might sound stupid to you. Dude, my wife has a golden retriever. It's also so chill we even forget it's there. I did that once. Had to bury the skeleton 3 weeks later. No, I just don't like the action being near my head, Mouse, because I usually only wear the foam in ears. So there's that, and then the remote mount trigger. I'm a trigger snob because of 1911s. If I was a Glock guy, a Smith & Wesson guy, an FN guy, I'd probably be fine with the Tavoris trigger. How many of you have subscribed to the channel? I need you guys to subscribe and become members. If you don't become members, we won't grow the channel. We don't grow the channel, I won't do giveaways. We don't do giveaways, you guys don't get free shit. So back when we started doing the membership drive, every month at the beginning of the month, I will do a members and a subscriber drive giveaway. Members will get priority, better gifts. Subscribers will get free stuff. Like, I may grab a bag of poop and give it to you. Like Tommy, he just signed back up. He's entered. Anybody that's a member gets to take advantage. Apparently my chat just froze. Give me a second. I've never shot a bullpup, so it'll be new to me. I bet you it'll be fine. I want to take the mozzarella cheese stick and put them in the air fryer, but I can't figure out what kind of container to put it in. It should be fine. Use wax paper, parchment paper. Made me doubt myself that I wasn't already subbed. Lol. How do you know if a 5.56 is an armor-piercing round? They're usually green tip, and they're not really armor-piercing. They're just steel core. I just switched my FN57 for a 9mm Hellcat. The ammo was hard enough to get. I can understand that, Phoenix. You like Canics? Yes. Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you. That's how they cook them in like bars and shit. They'll put them on parchment paper. I almost bought an air fryer, but then I was worried I'd start air frying everything. Let's see where we're at. How many we got here? We like eat, eat, eat. 22 subs tonight. That's pretty good. I'm not going for 5 hours, though. Can't find any parchment paper. I wish I had a better answer for it. Just use a, do you have a small tin? Good night, Nicholas. The FN 2000 is cool as bullpup. Probably a piece of crap in a fight, but cool. I seen footage of a Ukrainian using one, which is weird as fuck. They used everything they could get, man. Air fried pancakes? Interesting. What's the difference between the armor piercing round and the steel core? Armor piercing is usually silver tipped or black tipped. It's dedicated for it. They use a tungsten core. Steel core might not penetrate armor. What do you think about the SAR line of pistols? I want them. I'm not sure about the quality. SAR Shamals makes good stuff. I've got a few of them. SAR Shamals is quality. SAR Shamals is definitely worth looking at. Air fryers are great. I cooked a steak in it. It was good. Thank you for becoming a member, by the way, Tommy John. Or coming back in as a member. Congrats on the new sub. Thank you, Booty. AR or AK? Both. They serve different purposes. AK for a short-range intermediate. AR for everything else. Or, hear me out, the AR chambered in 7.62x39. Then you have the best of both worlds. You have the 30 caliber, although you can do 300 blackout, run it suppressed with subsonic ammo. Yeah, AR, fuck you, AK. No, I'm just kidding. I like them both. Although I want an AK Alpha, I want one that's fully kitted out and looks like an AR. Your revolvers ever malfunction? Absolutely they do. I have no TP for my bungle hole. Are revolvers ever malfunctioned? Yes, they can lose timing, so they won't clock right, so they won't turn correctly. They could jam. You could get springs that bind up internally, so like the hammer won't cock. The cylinder might not release. There's all kinds of things that can malfunction. Anything with more than 0 moving parts has a capability of breaking. Even a rock can turn into 2 rocks. I gave up on the cheese. I'm going to have some rice. Interesting. Just eat the frozen cheese sticks, man. Ack all day. Okay. You do you, brother. I don't mind. I don't care. I like your opinions. Everybody has an opinion. Here's the thing about opinions. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Everybody uses it. And sometimes they really stink. So keep that in mind. Oh, just eat string cheese then. Just eat it the way it is. High primers will jam a revolver. Oh, so there you go. Also, sometimes if you happen to buy a Taurus revolver, sometimes the cylinders aren't sized correctly. I had a Taurus Raging Hunter, not a Raging Hunter, Raging Bull in 44 Magnum that the rounds went in fine, but when you fired them, the cylinders were oversized just enough so that when you fired them, the casings would swell and jam inside the cylinder. It's going to melt, but it tastes so much better cooked. Put it in the pan then. Just cook it on the stove, dude. Break out the stovetop. You guys want to see something funny? I'm not going to show you, but the paperwork is still inside my oven because I've never used it. This dude is ready for war monkeys. What's a war monkey? Dude, have you ever just fried cheese in a pan to make crispy cheese? Just saying, try it. You bought your first gun, it's a Zastava CZ999. Wasn't that the pistol? Knife hand.
Piece, grease, and chicken feet.
No, I've never seen Dragon Man's. We haven't used our pans or stove in a long time. Is just the emoji, not War Monkey. Ah! Thank you for the clarification. I was wondering what a War Monkey is. I thought we were like going to go to War to Worlds or something, or what do they call that? Planet of the Apes? Here's this thing. If it becomes Planet of the Apes, I'm siding with the monkeys. I'm sorry. I will side with the monkeys. Like, if Rocky ever became fully sentient and had opposable thumbs and could drive a car, that motherfucker would be my chauffeur day one. Isn't that right, buddy? You alive, buddy? Rocky? You dead, boy? Ever since he got bit in the head and he lost 2 whiskers on the left side, his eye is partially open when he sleeps. It's fucked up. Either that or he's making fun of me because of the way I squint when I read. Planet of the Apes movies were serious, was great. Yeah, they were. How many guns do we got to drop in the jungle for the Ape Civil War? Oh, all of them. And I bet you they would really like AKs. His range is massive, pretty well stacked shop, probably the best war museums I've seen. I'll check it out sometime. Thank you for the tip. The Reformation isn't on recall, it's the antithesis. What the hell did you just say? I am the antithesis. I am the opposite of whatever you think the opposite of the opposite is. So am I the primary? Am I the secondary? Am I the tertiary? Who knows? Everything's going blurry. I need to stop before I can't read anymore. All right, guys, we're about 10 minutes late. How the heck we even deal with that? AC-130? Ooh, the spooky gunships. I'm all for it. The Franklin. Oh, so the antithesis is the one that's on recall. Got it. The quaternary. Wouldn't that be a quorum? How dare you betray your country? Dude, I'm going to space or I'm becoming a monkey. If I get a concealed carry in North Carolina, does it transfer to other states, at least the ones? So there is reciprocity. So if you live in North Carolina and you travel to other states, such as Virginia, we recognize all 50 states. But if you move from North Carolina to another state, you have to apply for that state's concealed carry. That's kind of like if a man and a woman get married in Arkansas but move to Alaska and get divorced, are they still brother and sister? Good stream tonight, everybody. Hit the lock. 22 hours and 50 minutes left. No, if you guys want me to do another 24-hour live stream, it is $100 an hour. I don't think that's unreasonable to make me stay up for an entire day. You guys come up with $2,400, $2,499, and I will stay up for an entire day again on live. That's the difference. Crackheads and meth addicts do it all the time, but streaming, and I'll do it using the camera and VR. I will stay in VR for 24 hours. I'll have to get somebody to watch Rocky, but I will stay in VR for 24 hours for $2,500. Whoa, are those guns real? You betcha, Daniel. Spend 24 hours in VR and can make $100. $100 an hour, I will stay in VR for an entire day. I have the Quest 3 right here, always ready to go. I will stay in VR for 24 hours. You can donate to play certain games with me, but I will play in VR for 24 hours for $100 an hour. Up front, by the way. A gorilla dual-wielding M60s is scary. Hey. They're called Marines, not gorillas. What's your favorite game on VR? So my favorite game is Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. But the game I've been playing a lot recently is Ghost of Tabor. It has a lot of flaws. In fact, I've been very vocal with that. I'm surprised I haven't been banned on their channel yet. Because every time they update the game, they fuck it up. I've been playing that. But I play it PvE because I am way too physically damaged to play PvP. I will get smoked by a 4-year-old Korean boy. Also, I like Fallout 4 VR and Assetto Corsa, which is a racing game in VR. Thoughts on the FN Scar being discontinued? I really don't have an opinion on it because it's a $3,200 rifle that should be about $1,000. HH&H was pretty realistic back in the day. I haven't seen it for like 5 years. It's still really good. He added a lot of cool features. Like, if you go to the indoor range now, he has tools so you can set up like big targets and shit. I create multiple stage targets. Like, I'll do them at 10, 15, 20, 25 yards. So they'll be on each side of the thing. So you'll have 5 targets, a stop plate, and then the main target that's hanging. So you can set it up however you want. And he does all kinds of guns. So he keeps adding new guns. I played Battlefield maybe one match today, then played Cyberpunk. It was a much better time. Yeah, I also like just being able to do things at my own pace. But yeah, the ability to set up your maps any way you want to It's really good. I don't play against the hot dogs because that's just silly. I like to just do stuff like I made a Zip 22 that was actually usable by using a shit ton of guardrails. I think like that about Cyberpunk. Yeah, it's just the way I play. Dude, apparently my strap is all fucked up to the top of my head because it's no longer centered. It's supposed to release from both sides, but it doesn't anymore. Interesting. I have the Quest 2 and played Vader Immortal. We have come so far with games. I remember GoldenEye and the Nintendo 64 and Oregon Trail on PC. Yep. And honestly, a lot of those games are probably more fun at the end of the day. But yeah, the Quest 3, believe it or not, the Quest 3 has better screens in it than even a Valve Index. This will display in 4K. And because I use my computer for the main processing, even though this can run games on its own, I usually run it through my PC VR because the games look a lot better. Halo multiplayer in VR was amazing, even though it was gun face. I don't know what that is. But anyways, keep that in mind, guys. So, titty stream for Halloween. Cash at me or Zelle me, Jimmini, $Jimmini, Jimmini, for the titty stream. And then if you want hoodies, we're still pre-ordering those until I get to at least 20. So we got to sell 15 more. $45 for a hoodie. Oh, gun was locked to face. Got it. So that's like when you play Fallout New Vegas with Vorpex. Your head controls where the gun aims. Do you like the Scar L? Not really. It does nothing for me. There's lots of guns that do the same thing as the Scar for a lot less money, and I've never been like a video game guy, so. What things don't you like about revolvers? It's not that I don't like them, they're just expensive and they don't look as good. I'm very aesthetically driven, Dave. I did not get into guns at a young age. I was 38 when I picked up my first gun. So I like what I like aesthetically. If you look at my style, I like black, I like street style. You look at my cars, even when I modify them, they're always modified in a subtle way. I like a modern aesthetic on things. I think the modern aesthetic without futuristicnism is perfect. Upgrade to big screen if you use PC. You can get past the cost. Big screen what? You talking about inside the headset? No, it's maybe. I haven't decided. Big screen is the app, right? I have big screen. Right? Hold on a second. Yeah, I have big screen. Oh, you're talking about the headset. There's an app called Big Screen. Congratulations, you've been visited by the Happy Eagle of Freedom. Share on an eagle and chat before midnight tonight to make this screech more powerful. So I don't care about the weight. I care about the functionality. So I'd want to check it out. What's the silver 2011? It's not a 2011. That is technically a 1911 double stack that takes Glock mags. I will do a close-up of the wall before we leave. Also, look at my crotch. It's very crotch-like. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not fat. This is a extra large shirt, and it's loose as fuck on me. But yeah. Hi, buddy. You still alive? You still alive down there, doggy? Get along, little doggy. That is the Fusion Firearms XP Pro. So that is a 1911 double stack, technically 2011, but Staccato owns the name because they're a bunch of dicks. It takes Glock mags and shoots 9mm. Very nice. Tanfolio Witness, Dan Wesson DWX, Chris Finks, XP Pro, Hammerly 22, 37mm round. Gerson Match X fully customized by the Jimmini Show. Heritage Barkeep. The Yeet Cannon. Ruger 1022 and a sharpshooter heat seeker scaling chassis. Sears 43103. Keltec KS7. The TSOS Night Stalker with an Osprey 9 suppressor. XF Pro. Daria DY9. The Star Firestar. And a GeForce Arms Chronicle. I know Staccato owns the name. They're a bunch of dicks, that's why. Hey, brother, sorry I'm way late. Unfortunately, you're so late, you're right at the end of it, buddy. I apologize. Also, apparently my live keeps on dropping and coming back in. Yeah, interesting. But yes, it is now 10 o'clock, and we are good. Sorry, guys. Tomorrow, maybe we'll go later because it's our regular Friday stream, but the off days is only a couple hours. Make sure to like the stream. Everybody like the stream before you leave, please. We're at 84 likes. I'd like to see that go up a little bit. Yesterday, it gave me a loading issue, and when I finally did, you had already ended it. It showed me you had like a 3-minute video. Yeah, YouTube went down in DC. All the double stack 1911s you own, which one is your favorite? My favorite, I kind of like them all. It's not a Sophie's Choice thing, but both the Night Stalker and the Match X are fully customized internally, externally, and they're set up to my taste. So those are my favorite of my 2011s right now. But yes, so take a look at my doggy. Here's my doggy. Hi, doggy. He's giving us all side eye. He's still alive. See? He's still alive. He's just tired. You okay, buddy? Yeah. He's just tired. He's just tired. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, he's still alive. Everybody say goodnight to Rocky. Look at that shoulder, man. He's so fucking strong. He's just, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I will check out the headset, but I'm not really into dropping money I don't have on stuff I don't need. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. Come back 8 o'clock. We'll probably go longer. We'll go till 11 tomorrow. Also, 24-hour live stream, $100 an hour, $2,500. I will go live for 24 hours in VR. I have a Quest 3 and a Quest 2, so even if one were to die, we'd still be good. All right, guys. See you later. Rocky is too tired to do this. Night-night with the bite and the fight and